Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Jedi Fallen Order video, and we are back in the battle grid, but rather than simply doing a 1v1 and finding out who's stronger, we are instead going to take the most powerful character in the game, that being JARO TAPAL, and we are going to find out if he truly is undefeatable. I'm going to start off with some more simple battles, and we're going to slowly ramp up the difficulty and see how TAPAL deals with completely different situations. I started off with some natives of Bogano, and I had to make these fights with no factions enabled, so these guys just started tearing into each other. TAPAL really didn't have to do anything to finish the fight. So next up was Stormtroopers, but it turns out giving them a blaster and such a low health bar meant that this fight was even shorter than before, and their aim has never looked so bad. I figured the Stormtroopers needed a bit of a buff, so I added in a few commanders to assist, and I think it won't surprise you at all to learn that they lost, and while the fight lasted longer, there was never any doubt on who the victor was going to be. I then removed the regular troopers and replaced them with scout troopers, which was TAPAL's first real melee duel, and I actually made a friend in this battle, a lone commander who I lovingly named Gareth, who played it really smart. He picked off enemies from range, and would you believe he beat TAPAL? You shouldn't believe it, because that's clearly not what happened here. Now these Stormtroopers clearly weren't going to cut it, so we stepped up by visiting Dathomir for some reinforcements, and bringing out some Knight Brothers, some with clubs, some with an unblockable arrow shot, which you will now see in all of its glory. I've picked a favourite again here. He employed similar manoeuvres to the commander, and shall we say he pulled a Gareth on TAPAL, even going a step further by keeping his distance and peppering the Jedi, at least for a short while before falling victim again to the blue saber. Returning to Imperial territory, I matched up two heavy gunners with a security droid, and let's just say it was not the most interesting. Then the heavies decided they should just swing their huge rotary cannons at the saber wielder rather than, oh, I don't know, firing on TAPAL. Both meleeed once, and one then managed to get one single blaster bolt off, the other managed absolutely no shots and was finished just the same. With programmed help not getting me anywhere, I turned to some hired hands in the form of 4 bounty hunter droids from the Haxian Brood, and this battle was very entertaining whilst it was droid versus droid, but TAPAL's attacks were incredibly slow in a 1v1, so he would get interrupted by a droid attack and have to block, ruining his combo so he never took any damage, but he was also unable to ever give any damage, so I just called the 1v1 a truce. This round, however, it gave me a great idea for a video that will be coming tomorrow at the earliest, the day after at the latest, and that is a bounty hunter battle royale. There are a few to choose from who don't feature in this video, but it makes for some very interesting battles where I'll be determining the ultimate bounty hunter. The penultimate round was quite frankly pathetic. The two ATSTs were embarrassing, one fired at the other, who was also having his legs hacked off by TAPAL, and once the officer escaped the head of the walker, he was gifted some sort of magical vision where he could see me spectating the fight. This moronic officer decided it was worth shooting at me, a ghost, rather than the man with a lightsaber, but TAPAL actually nearly became trapped in the legs of the walker, but once he escaped, the officer remained completely focused on firing on me, and he died an idiot. And now we have reached the finale. Both Inquisitors, the 9th and the 2nd Sister, and the fallen Jedi in Taron Malicos alongside Cal Kestis, and what a duel this was for the first 5 minutes. The duel actually continued for a full half an hour, thanks to the aforementioned slow saber combo of TAPAL, and the pace of his opponent's attacks once it reached a 1v1 situation. I shall leave you here. I've cut the duel into something far more watchable, so leave a like if you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.
Fight me!